今日からドジャースはオープン戦であるカクタスリーグに出場し、初戦はシカゴカブスとの一戦となりました。山本由伸投手が登板し、1回3分の2を投げ無失点2奪三振被安打3の内容でした。大谷翔平選手、佐々木朗希選手、今永昇太選手、鈴木誠也選手の出場は今日はなく、日本人選手同士の対戦等はありませんでした。それでは試合後の解説番組を翻訳し、お届けいたします。このチャンネルは日本人メジャーリーガーの活躍を現地放送局を翻訳しお届けいたします。オープン戦もシーズン中もお見逃しのないよう、今のうちにチャンネル登録お願いいたします。
And we welcome you inside our Sportsnet LA studios, joined today by the real Jay Hare, Jerry Hairston Jr. We saw 55 players get into the first Cactus League game of the spring today, Jerry. And I know it's not the World Series, but after a long offseason, a couple of weeks of spring training and doing baseball activities, I imagine there's some butterflies that first game.
Well, guess what, John? We're not going to go undefeated in Cactus League play, so that is disappointing. But the most important thing is guys got their work in. First game is under the belt.
Well, and it's been 113 days since the Dodgers celebrated a World Series championship at Yankee Stadium. They were back on the field today at Camelback Ranch in Arizona, beginning their title defense, even if it is just Arizona spring baseball, Jerry. But what were your initial takeaways from the first game of Cactus League play?
I tell you what, even though Yamamoto got in some trouble a little bit, I love that he had that good fastball command. The split was working as well. And Rosario, talk about a guy trying to make an impression, a former NLCS MVP, first at-bat bomb. So for him, very important. You're always looking for guys that can help you off the bench. Rosario trying to make sure he kind of opens some eyes this spring. Mookie Betts getting a chance there at shortstop, really, you know, coming into his zone as that everyday shortstop. But the most important thing is making sure guys get their reps in. I know, listen, the wins and losses, we all know they don't mean anything. It's about getting your reps in.
Well, and we know that Yoshi's going to start game one of the regular season. He also got a chance to start game one of Cactus League play, and afterwards he talked about it with Kirsten Watson.
Hey, Yoshi, just to have your first Cactus League start, seems like velocity, things were in a really good spot. How did you feel in this one?
しっかり、自分の投球ができたと思いますし、ヒットは打たれながらになりましたけど、今日無事登板ができたということはすごく良かったと思います。
What are you looking to do for the kind of next steps as you continue to build up and get ready for that opening day in Tokyo?
少しずつ、イニングも増えていくと思いますし、今日は、狙ったところに決められなかった、ボールも何球かあったので、そういったところをしっかり調整して、公式戦に向けて、少しずつステップアップしていけたらなと思います。
You were talking a lot with Blake Snell after your outing. Just can you give us a little insight into that conversation and how valuable it's been now having him as a teammate and someone to talk to?
はい、今日は、細かい技術の話を、してたんですけど、スネルとは最近、朝ごはんを結構毎日一緒に食べたりして、野球の話だったり、いろんな話を、してもらって、そういった素晴らしい選手と一緒にできるのはすごく、嬉しいことだなと思います。
Obviously, Jerry, it's very early in the spring, but Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he goes an inning and 2/3. He throws 27 pitches, couple of strikeouts. What did you think of his first one out there today?
I thought it was extremely solid. You know, believe it or not, pitchers, I remember talking to Josh Beckett, I know Kersh at times, they want to be able to pitch from the stretch, want to be able to pitch with runners on base so they can really kind of lock in and really start to use their secondary pitches. That's the most important thing. The secondary pitches, it seemed like it was sharp. Here, this is a breaking ball, but this is not hit too hard. Credit the hitter with a base hit, but all in all, when he got into some trouble, the stuff was there, and that's the most important thing. One more time, it's his first start Cactus League play. It's all about making sure he continues to find his rhythm with his delivery, make sure he's got command of all his pitches, and he's ready to go that very first night in Japan. Even though he's his second year in the big leagues, he's a veteran pitcher. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's pitched well for a long time. So first outing, I would give it a B+.
But they're all very important outings because he will only have 3 more starts before he gets the ball in Japan. One of the storylines this spring is who's going to hold down the 5th spot in the Dodgers rotation to start the year. Bobby Miller is one of the candidates, but he's coming off a really rough season, Jerry. He arrived in camp. You had a chance to talk to him. Very eager to show that he's putting 2024 behind him, but today it lasted just 2 batters, and it was a scary scene, taking a line drive off the head.
Extremely scary scene. Hopefully Bobby Miller is okay. 106 off the bat of Michael Busch. He walks the first hitter. Hitter steals the base, and here, breaking ball, squared up, and Michael Busch hits a rocket, like I mentioned, 106 miles an hour. And here's the thing. Anytime you see a pitcher get hit, you're hoping if he does get hit, it's a glancing blow. This is squared up. Yeah. And I know Bobby really well. He is as tough as it gets. One more look at it. It squares him up. Thankfully, he was able to walk off the field and walk back into the clubhouse under his own power. Once again, he is a tough kid. We're hoping that he's going to be okay. I'm sure they're going to go through some precautionary measures, concussion protocol. I know they'll do that. Most important thing is his health. Hopefully be okay.
Yeah, you could tell that Michael Busch was also concerned immediately off the bat. He could tell that it hit Bobby Miller right in the head, and those guys were former teammates in the Dodgers minor league system. Right now, let's head back to Arizona and hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts, with Kirsten Watson.
Bobby Miller, just obviously how scary to see him go down. He was able to walk off the field, and just from talking to Max Muncy, it did sound like he at least knew where he was, things like that. Have you received an update on how he's doing and what this just means for him this spring training, as he's really been working hard to get back to where he wants to be?
Well, I think certainly it was a very scary moment. From what I've gathered, he's going to be under concussion protocol. We'll keep an eye on him tonight. I don't know what that means as far as going forward. Certainly, it's somewhat of a setback. We got to make sure that he feels okay going forward. I don't know how long this protocol lasts, but again, very scary moment. But it was good to see him actually, walk off the field, kind of know where he was at and all that.
Do you guys go anywhere for medical attention or anything like that?
The doctors. I don't think we're getting any X-rays right now. They just felt that it's a concussion, and we're just going to, or concussion potential, and we'll see where we go. But right now, as of now, no.
Was he able to get his glove or hat deflected at all?
It squared him up pretty good. It was kind of the front side of the head, and you can just see the distance that it traveled once it hit. So there was some deflection, but it hit him pretty flush.
Did he say how much pain he was in?
He didn't feel, when I was on the mound, he didn't express any pain.
Dave, he's one of the tougher guys you got. Are you concerned that he may try to do it a little bit too much without getting the medical attention that he needs in the next 24 hours?
Well, I think that, not concerned about that in the next 24 to 48 hours. I think he's going to kind of regroup, lay low, and sort of get his wits about him and make sure he's okay. And then after that, Lord willing, he's fine. Then I think that we'll have the conversation, because he's going to want to get back out there.
How did Yamamoto look?
I thought Yoshinobu looked good. It was good to get him back out there through that second inning. I thought it was good. It was a good work day for him. I thought the command was pretty good. He used his entire pitch mix, so I thought a positive day for him. And after that, it just wasn't really good.
Seeing Hae-Sung in a game setting, what were your takeaways just from him today?
From who?
Hae-Sung Kim.
I thought it was good. I think even today, coming in, knowing he was going to play a game, I thought the focus was a little bit better. Was good, not just better, just good. I thought he had a good game, and so it was just good to get his feet wet a little bit in a big league ball game.
What are your impressions of the ABS?
Yeah, it was good. I think it's actually a pretty good system. Obviously, trying to figure out how many challenges makes the most sense in a major league ball game, but those guys certainly used it, I think, 2 or 3 times today. I like it, because especially in a big spot, you want to get the call right.
So for the first time since October 30th, when the Dodgers were winning the World Series at Yankee Stadium, we have actual baseball highlights. Your Dodgers in action, the first Cactus League game of the spring, with Yoshinobu Yamamoto getting the ball against the Cubs, top of the first. Vidal Brujan, strikeout victim to start it.
And there's that split right there. It looks like a fastball, then darts at the very last minute. Nasty.
Later in the inning, the Cubs have runners at the corners, 2 outs, strikeout of Nicky Lopez.
Now here's a fastball. I don't know if they were trying to throw a cutter, but it had cut action. Anytime you strike out a Naperville Central guy, bonus.
He was throwing some good cutters today. Bottom of the first, Max Muncy at the plate. Cody Poteet's pitch called a ball, and the Cubs challenge it. Reese McGuire, the catcher, tapped on his head, and they get the overturn.
Little John McEnroe action. You cannot be serious. It's a strike.
Top of the second, still scoreless. Reese McGuire grounds to Mookie Betts, handles that.
Love that play. That's a tough play, especially with the English off that mound. Good manos from Mookie.
With 2 outs, Gage Workman slaps one the other way off of Yamamoto, and that would be it for Yamamoto's day. Inning in 2/3.
Tip your hat right there, going the other way.
He's all smiles, pleased with the way he threw the ball in his first Cactus League start. Bottom 2, Eddie Rosario, Jerry. This is like the 2021 NLCS all over again.
Yeah, breaking ball 0-2. This is a gift as a hitter. Hanging breaking ball 0-2. Great swing from Eddie. We saw it a few years back. Stays on it. Great swing. I tell you what, he could be a guy who can come off the bench and provide some thump from the left side. Great first impression.
2 batters later, runner on for Hunter Fiducia. He's got himself a knock.
Nice swing there by Hunter. We know he can hit. I'm sure his confidence coming into this season is sky high after last season.
David Bodie races over to third on the double. Up next, Dalton Rushing, another guy to keep an eye on this spring and this season. That ball goes to the backstop, and David Bodie's going to score.
The Dodgers on the board early, 3-0 early.
But top of the third, Bobby Miller comes in. Brujan had walked, and he swipes second base. So the Cubs have a runner in scoring position against Miller with nobody out. 3 pitches later, Michael Busch right off of Bobby Miller's head.
This is scary. Breaking ball off the bat, 106 miles an hour. You're going to see it again. This squares Bobby up right in the head. On one knee. Again, walking on his own power. That is a great sign.
Later in the inning, it's 3-2 Dodgers. Justin Jarvis facing Reese McGuire. Base hit to right. That's going to score a pair to make it 4-3 Cubs.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, you want that changeup down. It was up. And a good piece of hitting there.
Cubs would get 6 runs in that top of the third inning. Then in the 4th, nobody on. Moises Ballesteros up the middle, and Mookie Betts on the other side of the bag.
Look at the range right there from Mookie. One thing he will be able to provide is a lot of range. Great athlete. Nice play.
Good stuff from Mookie there. This afternoon, top of the 5th, Justin Robleski facing Christian Franklin. And Zaire Hope coming in makes the diving catch.
Gotta have hope right there. In Espanol, it's Esperanza. Great play off the bat. This is one of the tougher plays for an outfielder. Ball right at you on a line. Tough to judge. Sinking liner makes the play.
You know somebody named Esperanza.
That's right.
Next batter is Gage Workman. He had a good day swinging the bat, and here goes Oppo off of Robo.
That's one thing when you're looking at players, especially if you're a manager. Can they go the other way? He went the other way on a knock. Their home run.
Top 6, Giovanni Gallegos facing Pablo Aliendo. And here's Hope again, this time up against the wall.
Great concentration. You know you're going to get hit by that wall. If you're going to get hit, might as well make the play. Makes the play. Nice job.
Well, nice plays out there in left field by the Dodgers' young prospect. They lose, though, 12-4 the final. Yamamoto got those 5 outs, gave up 3 singles, but no runs, struck out 2. And that 2021 NLCS MVP Eddie Rosario homered his first at-bat. Bobby Miller had to leave the game after facing just 2 batters, hitting the head. Max Muncy, 1 for 2. And David Bodie cut loose by the Cubs last November. He went 2 for 2 against his former team. Meantime, Shohei Ohtani still isn't quite ready for game action this spring, but he's getting closer. And this morning, Shohei gave us an update to Kirsten and the media.
Shohei, you've been able to take part in now 2 bullpens these last few days. Just how did those go for you, and how much of a step forward was that for you?
前回もそうですね。引き続きいい強度で投げれたので、次回のブルペンでもう少しもうワンステップ強度上げれたらいいんじゃないかなと思ってます。
It looked like in between pitches you were going back, looking at whether it was footage, whether it was just getting some feedback. What are you looking for during your bullpens that are showing you that you are progressing in the right direction?
ボールとのフィーリングというか、自分が投げてる感覚と そのなんていうんですかね、フィードバックをもらった時のデータの一致がどういうふうに一致しているかっていうのが大事かなと思うので、今のところはいい感じで来てますし、さっき言いましたけどワンステップ上げた時にまたデータがどういうふうにブレるのかなっていうのをチェックしていきたいなと思ってます。
Your both bullpen sessions, you're thrown out of the full windup, and when you pitched for the Angels, it was always the stretch. Is that something you're going to carry into the games, and why the change?
特になんかこうなんでしょうね、常にそうですけど変化を求めていきたいなとは思っているので、その中でここメジャーに来てからワインドアップでずっと投げてますけど、ワインドアップじゃないセットで投げてますけど、自分の中で常に変化、バッティングもそうですよね、変化を求めたいなとは思っているので、その中の一つかなとは思います。
Will you do that in games?
今のところはその予定では考えてますけど、またさっき言いましたけど、またなんていうんですか、強度が上がった時にどういう反応が来るのかによって、決めたいなとは思ってます。
So Dave Roberts did reveal the top 4 guys he's going to go with in the batting order, and it's not a surprise. You have Shohei leading it off, led the league in on-base percentage, slugging, OPS, homers, RBIs, run scored. Pretty much you get the idea there. But he's going to be followed by Mookie Betts again, the World Series MVP Freddie Freeman. And then Teoscar Hernandez hit that career-high 33 bombs, won the home run derby, and was an all-star for the second time in his career. And when Shohei moved to that leadoff spot after Mookie was injured on June 17th, the season really took off as a Dodger. Hit .310 from that leadoff spot, 35 home runs, 54 RBIs, 84 RBIs, Jerry, I should say, the rest of the way. It seems like the right thing to do, though, to have Shohei first, then Mookie, Freddie, Teo, the way we saw it last year for most of the season against lefties.
If it ain't broke, why fix it, right? I mean, obviously, when you have the big show, and I love the fact that he's that leadoff hitter because it allows him, and he makes him more aggressive on fastballs. Behind him is Mookie Betts. We know what he can do. Fab Five Freddie, I think, is the perfect 3-hole hitter, and then Teoscar Hernandez, who's a tremendous run producer, hit lefties as well as righties. These first 4 did tremendous damage, especially in the second half of the season, and they will continue to do so. So I love this lineup. Listen, Dave Roberts understands, you know what? We won a World Series this way. There's no need to change it. Big Show, Mookie, Freddie, Teo.
Oh, and then you've got Muncy, and then you've got Tommy Edman, and you've got Will Smith. You got a lot of guys. Pretty long, good lineup.
If there's one guy who has an argument hitting the 4-hole, it's Tommy Edman, because we know what Tommy Edman did in the 4-hole.
Especially against lefties.
Yes, so he'll see the 4-hole against lefties.
All right, Cactus League play, it is off and running. There will be a baseball game on our network 17 of the next 18 days. Tomorrow, the Dodgers and Cubs once again, this time in Mesa. We will have highlights and reaction on Access Sportsnet Dodgers for every weekday game all spring long. We will see you tomorrow at noon. Teoscar Hernandez became a huge fan favorite last year. He's one of our favorites here at the network as well, and he's clearly loved by all of his teammates. So in early January, when Teo re-signed with the World Series champions, there were a lot of smiles in Los Angeles, but none bigger than on the man himself. Kirsten gets connected with Teoscar Hernandez in Arizona.
Going into this offseason, there was really no doubt for any of us that you were going to be back in Dodger blue. What was it like getting to that decision, that process, and now being in this moment?
You know, I thought it was going to be more fun, my free agent, after the year that I have, you know, but like I always say, like I said it the whole year when I get to answer the same question, it was like there's no chance I'm moving to another team without giving the Dodgers an opportunity to sign me back, and I wanted to be back. One of the biggest reasons was that the way they treat the family. That was huge for me. As soon as I got here, everybody was like welcoming me like I was part of this team before. You know, it was like that. Like we make that chemistry so like good that I feel like I was here for a long time.
Being at the parade and the fans chanting that they wanted you back, it felt like even almost every day of this offseason, where is Teo? We're waiting for the signing.
It was like really special, like unbelievable. I never felt that before in my career from the fans. And, you know, it was like, okay, there's something special about this city, the team, and everything that I have to get this deal done and try to, obviously, for the best of my career and my family, But I was hoping so everything goes well and we can get it done.
Let's just go through the list of accolades. All-Star, Home Run Derby champion, then World Series champion. How special was last year?
I think it's undescribable.
Yes.
There was so many good things. One of the biggest one was that I can stay healthy the whole year, and I was there for the team, for the fans and the organization, and I was able to do a great job for the organization. And at the end of the day, it was the trophy.
Has the trophy room in your house, is it just filled all the way to the brim now?
It's been built. I'm doing some renovation that I'm gonna keep that trophy in there.
When you think about what it felt like to win the World Series last year, does that give you even more fire and fuel to want it again this year?
Yes, especially because it's been a long time since a team is winning back-to-back, and now we got really good players, new players. The one that we just won, it's just in the past, and it feels like everybody now, they want more, and the new guys, they want that bad. And like everybody was here earlier than they're supposed to be here, just to get everything going, be more ready, more prepared for the season, and it's been a special week so far.
You've had a front row seat to a lot of the action with this team, building really special relationships. I even remember last year in spring training, you and Shohei, you teaching him some Spanish, him teaching you some Japanese. What has it been like just building that relationship with him and getting to witness all that he can do on and off the field?
The way he performed, the way he prepared himself just to do what he showed last year, it's amazing. It's just like the ethic that he had, and the work that he always put in every day in, day out. It was, it was unbelievable, and that's the reason he's the best player right now.
When you think about the accolades of last year, when you look now going into 2025 season, we're here in spring training. The regular season is now a month away.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think.
It's been quick.
Yes, outside of a World Series ring, I know you guys want to go back to back. It hasn't been done in a very long time. What are goals that you want to achieve for yourself this season?
Honestly, I never put like goals into like numbers and none of that. For me, every year, the most important is to stay healthy. I know if I still healthy at the end of the year, my numbers are gonna be there, maybe a little higher, a little lower, whatever, but I just wanna be there every day, helping this team to win.
Teoscar, well, I know we are all so excited for what this season is going to bring for you. So thank you, as always, for joining us, and best of luck this year.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I think it's safe to say Teo's first season in Los Angeles, Jerry, could not have gone any better. He had the career-high 33 home runs. He drove in 99 runs. He wins the Home Run Derby. And, of course, he's also now a World Series champ. Just seemed like a perfect fit. Now he's going to be here for 3 more years.
I think all of us took a big sigh of relief when the Dodgers re-signed Teoscar Hernandez. But even though he was here just last season, it feels like he's been here for about 5 or 7 seasons. This guy is the perfect Dodger representative, Dodger player. It's all about the team. And I love that he said in that sit-down with Kirsten, he doesn't really care about his numbers. All he cares about is making sure that he's healthy and helping the team win, because his numbers will be taken care of. He is a team-first guy. Play right field, left field, really anywhere in the order as well. Hits lefties and righties, so we are so happy to have Teoscar Hernandez for at least 3 more seasons. Perfect Dodger player.
Always remember at the rally and all the fans telling Andrew Friedman they were chanting re-sign Teo, and they were able to finally get the deal done. All right, tomorrow the Dodgers head across the valley to Mesa, run it back with the Cubs. You can see the game at noon right here on Sportsnet LA. And Jerry, we're going to see this guy right here, the Catman, Tony Gonsolin, back on the mound. This is a guy that we've talked to, and he's got big plans for 2025.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see him pitch. Obviously, he knows what has transpired this offseason. Obviously, signing Blake Snell. They added Roki Sasaki as well. He wants to make sure he's back in the rotation, so he's itching to get back there on the mound and do his thing.
And what is it like, though, for someone we just heard from Dustin May and Tony Gonsolin, and I think the longest period of time you missed was maybe a little over 3 months. These guys have been out for more than a year. To return to baseball and returning to that first game action, there's got to be a lot of excitement, some anxiety, and a lot of other emotions.
There's a little anxiety, but, you know, and some nervousness as well. But you want to get out there and show the team and really Major League Baseball, you still got it. So Tony Gonsolin, it's been a long time, but he wants to go out there, do his thing, and get back in the rotation.
All right, Jerry, one final thing. Quick takeaways from day one of Cactus League play for the Dodgers.
John, we're 0-1. Must win tomorrow. Must win.
Yes, our first must win of 2025. There it is on February 20th.
Louis, don't laugh.
For Kirsten and Jerry, I'm John. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. First pitch, Dodgers and Cubs at noon on Sportsnet LA. Must win.
早速ジェリー氏がオープン戦にもかかわらず負けたことへの悔しがり方が半端じゃなかったですね。ドジャースは12対4で大敗となりましたが、山本由伸投手はヒットを打たれ流れはも無失点という結果でしたね。シーズンインに向けて徐々に投球数や投球回を増やし、きっと調子を上げていってくれることでしょう。ブルペン陣はボビー・ミラー投手の頭部直撃などのアクシデント含め炎上の結果になってしまいました。ミラー投手はすぐに立ち上がったものの、頭部ですし打球速度は169キロだったそうです。何もないことを本当に祈っております。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。